Ulul Beg Madrasa is one of only a few of Timurid era buildings that have survived in the Bukhara region. The astronomer King Ulul Beg, who ruled from 1447 to 1449 and was the grandson of Timur, was responsible for the construction of two of the three madrasas. The madrasa served as a magnet to attract scholars and scientists from all over the Muslim world who were eager to advance both piety and knowledge. For the design theory, Ismail bin Tahir bin Muhammad Isfahani, an architect, was responsible for the design of the madrasa. His name still can be seen on the entrance portal of the madrasa. Ulugh Beg also constructed madrasa in Samarkand and Gijduvan that have a very similar architectural design, lead ones to believe that Isfahani was involved in the construction of all of these structures. The layout nearly every Central Asian madrasa is extremely consistent. Their fundamental components include a rectangular floor plan, a sizable open-air courtyard, one or two-story hujras for students, and one or more monumental entrances denoted by the Iwan. The architect, which is Ismail bin Tahir bin Muhammad Isfahani, was a notable historian and writer who lived in 10th century. His book, History of Tabaristan, which is considered to be a significant source for the history of the region. Ismail was born in Isfahan, which at this time regardless one of the most important cultural intellectual center in the Islamic world. He received his education from the illustrious scholars Abu Ali Ahmad bin Muhammad bin Abdullah bin Khordad Beg, who was also the author of the well-known book, which is Book of the Road Kingdom. The madrasa has a rectangular central courtyard which is surrounded by two-story classroom. The entrance to the madrasa is a beautifully decorated Iwan or portal, which is feature integrates calligraphy and ceramic tile work. The facade of the madrasa is decorated with turquoise glaze tile, which are arranged in intricate geometric patterns. The Iwans, or the large arch portal that leads to the courtyard. The courtyard of the madrasa is rectangular in shape, is surrounded by an arcade of pointed arches. The courtyard is paved with marbles, which provides a cooling effect during a hot summer months. One of the most notable features of the madrasa is the astronomical sextant, which was built on the southern wall of the courtyard. The sextant was used by Ulugh Beg to make precise astronomical observations, and it is considered one of the most accurate instruments of its kind from the medieval period.
Malachi C 1681 C 1766 Abul Futh Malachi, Simplified Chinese, Traditional Chinese, Pinyin, Mlaish, Wade Giles, Malachi, also known as Malachi, was a Chinese Sufi master who introduced the Kufya movement to China and established the Huzi Menhuhan Sufi order, the first and most significant Naqshbandi order in Chinese history. Malachi hailed from a military-inclined Chinese Muslim family. His father, Ma Jujun, completed imperial examinations on the military track during the Qing dynasty, but chose to pursue a career in commerce instead of entering the government service. His grandfather, Ma Kongshan, was a general during the Ming dynasty. His residence was at Hezhou, today known as Linxia, one of Gansu's major Muslim cities. Design theory. Huasi Gongbi is one of the Islamic Chinese architecture-style buildings since it was built in China itself. The Chinese influence on the building was obvious because we can see it in common buildings in China. Islamic Chinese architecture-style features are as follows. First, the Chinese and Islamic architecture blend together. It is a unique style that represents both influence. Secondly, the Chinese roofing design. The design is upward curving eaves typical of traditional architecture. It may have colorful ceramic tiles and frequently decorated with elaborate designs. Third one is the prayer hall, which commonly have a rectangle or square shape form. Additionally, the halls could be decorated with adornments such as painted ceilings and wood sculptures. And lastly, the use of traditional Chinese building materials, which consist of wood, brick, and glazed ceramic tiles. Next is architecture and features. The mosque's main room, the prayer hall, is where everyone gathers to worship together. Typically, it is a vast open space built to hold a sizable number of worshippers. Rows of columns or pillars that support the roof are frequently present in the prayer hall. An extravagant entryway or gate, which acts as the main access point to the shrine, is a common feature of Gongbi buildings. The gate could include calligraphy, ornate elements, and perhaps a domed or arched entryway. In a Gongbi, the tomb or mausoleum of a prominent Sufi saint or spiritual figure is usually housed in the main shrine structure. Although the architectural style might vary, it frequently combines aspects of Islamic and Chinese design. It could have domes, arches, and decorative elements. Typical building materials used in Gongbi architecture include brick, stone, wood, and ceramic tiles. Intricate carvings, tile work, and other ornamental elements are produced using these materials.
Al-Jami Tusafiyah is an Arabic academy dedicated to Islamic learning based in India, Pakistan and Kenya. Established in Surat as Dars Isaifi 118 and 10 by Abd Ali Saifuddin. It was after extensive renovation and expansion carried out by Tahir Saifuddin and Muhammad Burhanuddin. The university gained prominence. Today, as holder of the office of Dai al-Mutlaq, Mufaddal Saifuddin is the sole benefactor of the institute. The principal university campus is situated in Surat with 3 sister campuses in Karachi, Nairobi and Meran. Muhammad Burhanuddin renovated the Surat campus in 190 and 83. The aesthetics of the new buildings complement their purpose to provide an inspiring and conducive environment for learning and nurturing. The academic block not houses classroom, administrative offices, Iwan, and Al-Masjid Al-Fatimi. Opposite to the academic block is a library that houses more than 150,000 books and subscribes to more than 10 periodicals. The Masakin, which is boys hostel, and the Rabwat, which is girls hostel blocks, are adjacent to the academic block. Al-Jami Tusafiyah is a university in Surat, Gujarat, India that focuses on the education of the Dawoodi Bohra community. The university has a unique approach to design education which is grounded in the principles of Islamic art and architecture. Al-Jami Tusafiyah Surat campus is a unique architectural marvel that reflects the rich cultural heritage of the Dawoodi Bohra community. The campus features a blend of traditional Islamic architecture and modern design elements, creating a unique and harmonious environment for students to learn and grow. Some of the architectural features of the Al-Jami Tusafiyah Surat campus includes: first, Mashrabiyah. The campus features traditional Mashrabiyah screens which are a hallmark of Islamic architecture. The screens are made of wood or metal and are designed to provide privacy and shade while still allowing natural light and air to pass through. Courtyards. The campus has several courtyards that serve as gathering spaces for students and faculty. These courtyards feature intricate tilework, fountains, and lush greenery, creating a tranquil and peaceful atmosphere. And then, minarets. The campus features several minarets which are tall, slender towers typically found in Islamic architecture. These minarets serve as landmarks and add to the visual appeal of the campus. And the last one is geometric patterns. The campus features a variety of geometric patterns and motifs which are a key feature of Islamic art and architecture. These patterns can be seen in the tilework, carvings, and decorative screens throughout the campus.
Habib Hassan bin Ahmad Alatas built the Madrasa Alatas Al Arabiya Johor in 1913, 1332 H. He started a formal education system in Johor Bahru with the aim of giving Malay children the opportunity to learn Arabic and Islam effectively. The first building was built in Bukit Timbalan, Johor Bahru, then moved to several places, namely Bukit Seri Kopi, Bukit Hassan, Kampong Habib Hassan. On July 10, 1993, the new 20-acre campus at KM23, Jalan Kota Tinggi, Ulu Tiram was completed and started operating. Madrasa Alatas has successfully produced many religious, political, economic, and philosophical experts. Madrasa Alatas is proud of its graduates who have now served up to the level of community leaders such as muftis, ministers, professionals, and others. Madrasa reached the age of 100 years in 1432 H last year. Architect's info. His full name is Syed Hassan bin Ahmad bin Zain al-Atas. His lineage is connected to the Prophet Saw. He was a scholar in his time as well as his grandfather Habib Zain. The history of his family's arrival began in the early 18th century when his grandfather migrated to Malaya. Datuk Habib Hassan later resided in the state of Pahang and was good friends with the royal Pahang family. Design theory. The design of the building was influenced by the Islamic architectural tradition and the educational philosophy of the institution's founder. The design theory of Madrasa Al-Atas can be examined through its architectural elements, spatial organization, and cultural symbolism. Architectural elements. The architectural elements of Madrasa Al-Atas reflect the traditional Islamic architectural vocabulary. The building's facade features intricate geometric patterns that are inspired by the traditional Islamic art of zellige. The use of arches and domes in the design provides a sense of spatial continuity and
Bourguiba Mausoleum is the monumental grave that placed at Monastir, Tunisia, Africa. This mausoleum, built as a sign of respect for President Habib Bourguiba, the father of Tunisia independence. This mausoleum took almost 20 years to build, and President Habib Bourguiba is the one who planned the construction. Architect for this beautiful mausoleum is Oliver Clement Coquart, which is Tunisian Jewish architect from France. He is the one who traveled all around the world to find inspiration for this mausoleum. The design of the mausoleum is Moorish and modern Arab Muslim architecture style, which consists a lot of colorful tilework and plasterwork pattern from geometry and flora inspired abstract. It also consists a lot of Arabic calligraphy that designed at the gate. This design can be seen at the gate, minarets, hall, and interior design. For the architectural features, this mausoleum has two minarets that are 25 meters high and decorated with colorful marble. It also has golden glittering domes that are very shiny and beautiful. It also has a 200 meters long and 30 meters wide walkway that can be seen while we walk along of the hall to go to the gate. Lastly, it has large circular president resting place with massive crystal chandelier. This mausoleum is one of the best architectural and historical place that should be visited by all architecture.
Abdul Aziz Khan Madrasa. It is built a few decades after Ulubri Madrasa in 1417. Abdul Aziz Khan Madrasa, which sits opposite from it, is an important component of Bukhara's most impressive architectural ensemble. The Abdul Aziz Khan Madrasa represents the incredible growth of medieval Central Asian architecture. It demonstrates the incredible high talents of Central Asian architects, builders, and also the painters of the time, because they are a duet of entirely distinct constructions from various eras. Abdul Aziz Khan also and Ulubri Madrasa are frequently constructed. Ulubri Madrasa constructed during the Timurid dynasty rule is modest in size and decor, although its counterpart is large and opulent. The pitched portal of the madrasa is amazingly high and splendidly decorated. The Iwan gateway has many facets and ornamental stylicities, while the Iwan of Ulubri Madrasa is plain and has its citations from the Quran. Abdul Aziz Khan Madrasa is covered with verse lines of famous poets. The decorative patterns of the latter are also different. They are not precisely geometrical or astral, as it was common. They are bright and rich wavy plains designs. There are even images of a Chinese dragon and a mythical bird called Symbolic inside them, which is a sign of Bukhara's close relations with Silk Road kingdoms at the time. The madrasa's walls and apartments display particularly all of the decorative techniques employed at the period, including relief, majolica, marble carving, tile, and also brick mosaic, wall painting, and even gilding. The madrasah summer and winter mosques are similarly richly furnished. The winter mosque is located in the western corner of the entry hall, while the summer mosque is located directly in the courtyard. And the dark sauna classroom has lovely blue mirrors on a white backdrop.